You were created for something more. Some days you're chasing your dreams. Other days you wonder if you took a wrong turn. Welcome to the Faithfully Empowered podcast. I'm Lisa Landry. Let's trade self-doubt for bold faith and step fully into the life God designed for us. New episodes every Thursday. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Let's live faithfully empowered.
Hey there, friend. Welcome back to the Faithfully Empowered podcast. I'm Lisa Landry. Today we're talking about provision versus prosperity and how sometimes what God gives us doesn't look like what we've been asking for, but it's exactly what we need. In Exodus 16, the Israelites are out of Egypt, free but hungry, and God tells Moses, "I will rain down bread from heaven, and in this way I will test them and see whether they follow my instructions." It wasn't a feast, it was manna. It was enough for that day, and that day only. And that's the part that gets us, because we want more than enough. We want overflow, certainty, a plan that we can manage, and a buffer to make us feel safe. But God, He often gives us just enough. And He does it to grow our trust, not our comfort. We live in a culture that worships security. We're told that's the goal. Stay in the stable job, keep the benefits, fall in line. We call it being responsible, but sometimes security can become an idol. So many women, and I say this gently because I've been there, are staying in situations that are damaging their souls because the alternative rocks the boat. We tell ourselves we're being wise, but in reality, we're avoiding risk. We might be avoiding obedience and possibly avoiding the deeper question, God, what do you want for my life? Sometimes we're praying for prosperity when God is inviting us into provision, because just enough will test your trust in a way that abundance never will. There have been times in my own journey where I was praying, pleading, just asking God for a big breakthrough. I wanted doors to open. I wanted a yes so loud that the walls would shake. But instead, I got daily grace. A small win here and there, a quiet affirmation, one provision at a time. And it was discouraging. I figured I must be doing something wrong. But over time, I realized God was showing up, just not in the way that I expected, but more in the way that I needed. He was inviting me to walk closely, dependently, daily with Him. That kind of provision built in me something that prosperity never could. Provision is not a lesser blessing than prosperity. Provision is preparation. It's the reminder of Zechariah 4:10. Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. Just enough may not look impressive, but it's the ground where trust is planted and faith grows. It's God saying, I see you, I've got you, let's walk this out. One step, one day, one handful of manna at a time. And here's the truth. If He gave us everything at once, we would probably stop seeking Him. We'd take the gift and run instead of walking with the giver. That's why in Exodus 16, when the Israelites tried to hoard manna for the next day, it spoiled. Because the blessing wasn't just the bread, it's the relationship. It's that rhythm of trust. There's a version of Christianity that tells you that if you're faithful, God will bless you more and more and more. But what if more isn't always better? What if the true measure of a blessing isn't how much you have, but how closely you're walking with God? Faithfulness isn't flashy, but it's steady and it's real. Let's not forget again what God said in Exodus 16:4. In this way, I will test them to see whether or not they follow my instructions. The miracle came with a method. Provision was tied to obedience. And I wonder, how often are we praying for provision while ignoring the step of obedience that God has already given us? Sometimes the next breakthrough is waiting on the other side of the step that we're afraid to take. So let me ask you, what is your manna right now? What has God given you that may not look impressive, but it's sustaining you? And have you thanked Him for it? Or are you so focused on the next big thing that you don't see the blessings that He's already provided? Because just enough might be the exact soil He's using to grow your faith. Friend, don't let the world shame you in your season of enough. Don't let fear convince you that obedience is irresponsible. God's provision may not always come with a spotlight, but it always comes with love, and it always comes on time. You're not forgotten. You're not lacking. You're just learning to walk by faith. And that's the richest kind of prosperity that there is. So let's not just pray for provision. We'll pray for eyes to see when it comes. We'll pray for courage to take the next step and the strength that we do not grow weary. Do you have a story of enough? I'd love to hear it. Come join the conversation in the Faithfully Empowered Facebook group, or drop me a message and let me know what just enough has looked like in your life. And if you've got a friend wrestling with provision or purpose, send this episode their way. Let's remind each other that what looks small might actually be sacred.
Thanks for spending time with me today. If this episode encouraged you, I'd love to hear from you. Share it with a friend, leave a comment, or let me know where you're tuning in from. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll never miss what's next. Looking for more encouragement and resources? Head to faithfullyempowered.org to sign up for the newsletter and get access to the latest tools to grow in faith and confidence. Until next time, stay rooted, stay expectant, and live faithfully empowered.